All right. So now where do we go from here? Brock Lesnar's Universal Champion again. Yay, another long reign. Maybe. Roman Reigns is out with leukemia and just came back, but he's not in the title picture anymore. He's facing Drew McIntyre at this year's WrestleMania. So what are we going to do? Who's going to beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 35? WWE single-handedly picked Seth freaking Rollins to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Their match was the first match to happen because Brock Lesnar felt if he wasn't the main event, then he was going to have his match first and leave as soon as possible. But what's crazy is in this match, since it happened first, there was a lot of energy and stuff, and I bet Seth Rollins was hyped. So hyped for the fact that he almost passed out during his entrance. If you could see his entrance, you see he stumbles a little. And at the time when it was live, I thought he just tripped, but nah, this man legitimately almost passed out. This match was your typical Brock Lesnar type of match right here. It's the typical Brock Lesnar takes control, suplex, clobber, beat, pound, clobber, suplex. You know the good stuff. Seth Rollins makes a babyface comeback, hits 3 stomps on Lesnar, and wins the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 35. Finally, we got us a full-time champion, and I bet Seth Rollins is going to have a great title reign to remember. Well, not exactly. See, Becky Lynch just won the main event of that same WrestleMania to crown the new Raw and Women's Championship, and Vince McMahon wanted to capitalize on the popularity of Becky Lynch and possibly hope some of it runs off on Seth. Basically, he wanted to make a new power couple. This also didn't help with the fact that Seth Rollins was stuck in a meaningless feud with Baron Corbin, a feud that everybody knew Baron Corbin wasn't winning, and Baron Corbin at this time was just running crazy on Raw. He was taking all the TV time. He was the general manager for the longest. Corporate Corbin was definitely the worst Corbin. And to top it all off, they had a mixed tag team match between Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans for both of Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's title. And I'm going to dial the clock back just a little bit, just by a few months. See, that same year, Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank in a very controversial way, which I think Mustafa Ali was originally booked to win, but it is what it is. And he kept taunting Seth with the Money in the Bank briefcase, even using it as a boombox and dancing to it, which I honestly can't get that image out of my head of Brock Lesnar dancing. So at the end of that mixed tag team match I was just talking about, Brock Lesnar decided to cash in his Money in the Bank for whatever reason, and we have a new Universal Champion for the 3rd time in Brock Lesnar. Yeah, because this is exactly what the fans needed to see again. Brock Lesnar, Universal Champion for the 3rd time. But not to worry, this 3rd title reign didn't last long at all. It only lasted till SummerSlam, where Seth Rollins won it back. But even then, Seth Rollins' 2nd title reign wasn't good. Seth Rollins was starting to lose a lot of fan support due to some weird tweets he might have tweeted. I don't know. I don't keep up to date on Twitter, but from what I heard, there were some tweets that made a lot of people angry, I guess. And this didn't help that at the time, Bray Wyatt just returned with his infamous Fiend character, and he was the next runner-up for Seth Rollins. So, of course, we're going to side with Bray Wyatt on this because we feel like in the end, it was always Bray Wyatt who didn't get his flowers. So, who does WWE think we're going to side with in this whole feud? The Fiend, a character who we've never seen before, is completely new, completely original, spooky and scary, and just awesome in every single way? Or Seth Rollins, someone who's losing momentum as a babyface in most of his title reign, but overshadowed by Baron Corbin and Becky Lynch? Vince McMahon knew that we was going to get behind the Fiend 100%. He knew where the crowd was swaying because Seth Rollins was losing heat and the Fiend was grabbing more and more of it. Surely they're going to put the title on the Fiend at Hell in a Cell, right? Right? Well, not exactly. See, in the match, to begin the match, there was red lighting all over the whole entire match. So already this match is starting out pretty bad, but that's okay. Maybe the match itself would be pretty good. Oh, nope. Seth Rollins just absolutely buries the Fiend under a whole bunch of weapons while the crowd is chanting, "We can't see." And then here they pull the most bullcrap move I've ever seen in a Hell in a Cell match. Seth Rollins hits the Fiend with, I think, a sledgehammer or a mallet while he's buried under weapons, and the ref calls the match and stops the match due to DQ, and the fans were enraged. Even a post-match assault by The Fiend couldn't even save this match because the fans just chanted the whole time, "This sucks, this is BS, AEW, we want refunds." It also didn't help that at the time AEW just kicked off and it was kind of the hottest promotion in town. And with Seth Rollins constantly defending WWE through its crappiest time, it's kinda not helping his case as champion and making more and more people boo him. So with 2 failed Universal title reigns, what does WWE do? Well, The Fiend and Seth Rollins had a rematch for the Universal Championship at a Saudi event. I can't remember which specific event it was. I'm gonna guess Crown Jewel maybe. But they had a rematch into where The Fiend won. And this is a breath of fresh air because Bray Wyatt, for the first time since like 2017, I believe, is a world champion for the second time in his career. And all honesty, Bray Wyatt's title reign wasn't that bad actually. I remember he had a good program with Daniel Bryan, now Bryan Danielson. And it even had It even had Daniel Bryan getting his head shaven, or at least like his hair taken from The Fiend at one point. Hell, we even got to see Bray Wyatt defend that championship at TLC in his Mr. Rogers gimmick against The Miz, which was a very fun match to watch. The match wasn't fun to watch as in the action was really great. It was fun to watch as in the development of another character for Bray Wyatt. At this point, he's kind of like Mick Foley with the alternative personalities. And the feud between Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt ended at the Royal Rumble in an awesome strap match that I keep watching to this day. Like, I keep watching this match. That match just ruled, and WWE learned that The Fiend does not need red lighting in every single one of his matches. Alright, this title reign is going pretty good actually. There's no possible way that WWE can screw this up. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, remember how in the first video, Goldberg defeated Kevin Owens to completely ruin Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship? Well, how about let's do that again, but this time instead of Kevin Owens, we have Bray Wyatt. Yes, WWE for whatever reason had in their mind that the people wanted to see Big Bill Goldberg defeat The Fiend to win yet again another World Heavyweight Championship. They thought that was a good idea for whatever reason, and the reason was being to sacrifice The Fiend to have a Goldberg versus Roman Reigns match. Just like how they sacrificed Kevin Owens for the sake of Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar match. But here's why it all fell apart. First, Roman Reigns pulled out of WrestleMania. That was WrestleMania 36. That was the pandemic WrestleMania when the pandemic went worldwide. And second, this is just dumb as shit. Roman Reigns pulled out of WrestleMania 36, leaving Goldberg kind of blank and having no opponent at all. And so the Roman Reigns and Goldberg match didn't happen until like years later down the line when nobody cared. But then again, nobody cares about Goldberg to begin with. So for WrestleMania 36, Braun Strowman took Goldberg's place at WrestleMania and won in the most, I don't even know how to describe it. He won in the most nothing type of way possible. This match was just spamming finishers, spear, power slam, Braun Strowman wins. Yay. I swear, if this whole video wasn't about the history of the Universal Championship, then I would not cover Braun Strowman's title reign, because his title reign just might be the worst title reign out of all the title holders. Bad enough, SmackDown is like still in the Thunderdome or pre-Thunderdome era where there's no fans and the product is already kind of like, man, kind of boring, you know, but bad enough that SmackDown has a crappy world champion, and it's not Braun Strowman's fault. Let's not just rain down on Braun Strowman. It's the booking decisions. His first feud, they literally decide to have him feud with both John Morrison and The Miz for his WWE Universal Championship, and had Braun Strowman literally in a segment where he got slime dumped on him. Like, how more cartoonish can we get here? And then he had a program with Bray Wyatt, which was literally just underwhelming. It was literally Bray Wyatt trying to make Braun Strowman his lackey once again, even having Braun Strowman at Money in the Bank pop up with the black sheep mask, and then them having a weird swamp fight that I still don't understand, that had really no conclusive winner at all. And then finally, the I'm sorry, you guys. This Braun Strowman's title reign was just so terrible. I wish I could just skip over it. But anyways, that whole program concluded at SummerSlam in the main event, which was tagged "You Won't See It Coming," which what happened that I'm about to talk about, I really didn't see that coming. Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt fought each other in like a street fight or no holds barred. I don't know which type of match it was. They're both the same thing. No rules. Who cares? But The Fiend ended up coming out with the win. So The Fiend is champion once again. But out of nowhere, smash! Here comes Roman Reigns, but something's different. Something's like really different about Roman Reigns right now. First of all, why would he just be attacking two random people who he has no quarrel with at this moment? After the match, this man got like a different presentation. He seems different. He sounds different. His jawline's different. His teeth are different. And he's telling both of these men that they can't handle the weight, calling Bray Wyatt a freak in a mask. I'm just like, hold up. What is going on here? If this video wasn't strictly about the Universal Championship, I would talk about that more in depth. But anyways, WWE decided to have a pay-per-view literally like a week or two after SummerSlam, strictly just to get the title off Bray Wyatt and put it on Roman Reigns. Yes, at Payback, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns were in a triple threat match together, but Roman Reigns didn't come into the match until like last minute, where he speared Bray Wyatt and then speared Braun Strowman to get the 1-2-3 and crown himself Universal Champion. So there you have it. I ain't gotta explain Roman Reigns' title reign because that's honestly a video in itself. You know what happened, that whole 4-year long title reign. But it does seem like this title was cursed to begin with. This title didn't get a necessarily great title reign aside from Roman Reigns. I would say the title reign aside from Roman Reigns that I enjoyed the most would be Kevin Owens. And that ended with Bill Goldberg. And then the title reign I enjoyed most after that was Bray Wyatt. And that ended with Bill Goldberg. So, yes, this title is cursed, in my opinion. It could be y'all's opinion, whatever, I don't care. But you gotta look at the facts. Finn Balor got injured the night he won it. Kevin Owens got buried by Goldberg. Brock Lesnar held it for over 500 days and was terrorizing Raw and barely even showing up. Seth Rollins was a babyface when he won the title, but yet the crowd turned on him, and then that whole Hell in a Cell thing with The Fiend happened. The Fiend got buried by Goldberg. Braun Strowman's title reign was horrible, and The Fiend won it back. But The Fiend lost it a week later to Roman Reigns. So you guys tell me, is this title cursed? Or is it just something that happened? Because we can't say anything else. Thankfully, this title is gone and will not be brought up again. But this title is definitely cursed and was in an era that we will all like to forget. I'm Cass Lowndes. This is why the Universal Championship was cursed. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you and good night.